Okay, so going to the presentation mode. So I do get a lot of questions. I hope everybody is able to hear me. There are no issues in the sound. If there are any issues or anything like that, please let me know so that I can fix it. So, I do get a lot of questions because I used to flip a lot of properties before. Okay, so repeating, going to the presentation mode. So I do get a lot of questions. I hope everybody is able to hear me. There are no issues in the sound. Okay. Okay, so sorry about that. There was some technical difficulty. Looks like someone is putting in the chat. Okay, great. Um, so now let's actually go to this slide. So, I want to make sure that I let you know that I do qualify to present this because there are a lot of people talking about many things and don't have knowledge and don't know what they're doing. I started real estate about 7 years ago, spent a lot of money in education, had a bad experience with realtors, lost a lot of money, made a lot of money. The most of the money that I lost was because of the realtors that I was working didn't have proper knowledge. I mean, a lot of people buy like 1 to 3 homes in their lifetime. I was almost buying like almost 3 homes a month, where I was buying and flipping properties, taking money from private lenders and from many people. And most of the realtors that I was working with didn't have proper knowledge on disclosures. They didn't know how to negotiate because they all started by reading books and getting the real estate license. I actually started by working for an investor who would actually make me work a lot, and he would, because I had a boss, I had like accountability, and they would make me work a lot. But most of the realtors who get started are independent realtors. They don't have a job or anything like that, so they don't have a boss. So they learn on their own pace. I actually learned almost like 10 years worth of education in almost like 1 to 2 years, because I was collecting rents, doing pretty much every single thing I possibly could, like foreclosures, auctions, negotiating for property, sending mailers, making phone calls, and doing every single thing I possibly could. But the realtors I was working with, like when I started my own business, did not have time to return my phone calls or text messages. I lost a lot of deals because my realtors took a lot of time to actually place an offer. They were not proactive enough to make quick calls. They were unable to help me win bids because they wouldn't spend too much time like getting me the deal that I'm looking for. They lack patience to show me a lot of properties, because when I show them when I see a bunch of properties, they'll be tired. Hey man, come on, like just make a decision if you want to buy or not. They also lack passion in helping others. They were just doing the job because they want to pay their bills. They were not passionate about like being a realtor. Imagine like you're getting a surgery from a doctor who hate their jobs and he just want to pay the bills. I mean, he's not going to be excited about doing surgery, right? You don't want to go to him. And this suggested home that I have a lot of problems and didn't fit my criteria, didn't explain the home buying process, contracts. So now my goal is to actually help other people and make them knowledgeable so that they can avoid the mistakes I made. So the first step to actually start a flipping business is to get an LLC, right? This is the most important thing that you need to do. If you are actually not getting a proper LLC, you have a risk, because if you do the business on your name, then if you get sued for any problem, then you can actually be jailed. But the problem is, when you have an LLC, it's a limited liability. Then they cannot put the LLC in a jail, right? Because even they put the LLC in the jail, I mean, it doesn't matter. So, it's a limited liability company will protect you. Second thing, you want to get a website, because for an example, you start a business and you're actually dealing with the homeowner. The homeowner asks you, hey, come on, man, I wanted to make sure you're not a scammer. I want to make sure you have an online presence. So you go to Wix.com and get a website. It's easy. It probably take like 10, 15 minutes. You don't need to know any coding. You can just like get an existing template, put your company information, then create a Google number for the business. The problem is, let's say you are giving your own personal number pretty much every single place you possibly could, right? Then what happens is, when you're actually doing that, then you're getting a lot of calls. So you cannot prioritize which are business calls and which are personal calls. So you create a Google number, save that Google number as my business number. And then whoever calls you, make sure you go to the Google Voice settings and you put in the settings that um, you want the Google number to be displayed and not the customer number. So whenever you're getting a call, your phone will ring as a business, my business number. So you know, like someone for real estate is calling you. Second thing, you want to make sure you turn off the screening on the Google Voice. When you actually turn off the screening, what happens is that uh, when somebody will call you, it will not show, welcome to the Google number, please say your name to connect. You know, because some people don't like that. So turn off the screening option for the Google number, and it works just like a regular number. And you download the Google Voice app. So then you have a professional business. You can track all the phone calls. You can track all the messages. With Google Voice, the good thing is, for an example, you change your phone, you can recover all your text messages and everything. There were conversations I had with people almost like 3, 4 years ago. I have a professional paid Google number. That's a G Suite number where I pay monthly something like $10, $15. That allows me to make unlimited phone calls or anything like that, because the free Google number that you get is for like personal use. If they found out that you're using for the business, then they can actually block your number. So I cannot really afford to lose my number. So I actually got paid Google number, and I can actually go almost like 3, 4 years back and look at all my text messages and conversations I had with people, so that if I missed anybody's number or anything like that, then I can call them by typing the keywords or anything like that. Also, you can actually get your business cards on Vistaprint, and you also get a professional email. Okay, like for an example, your LLC name is like XYZ LLC, so you can get Abdul at xyzllc.com, and then you can get a Google number and get a Vistaprint and get your business cards created. Then create a Facebook page and then tell everybody about your business, so that, and if you want to know more information about the how to create an LLC, you can go to legalzoom.com and then you can see how to create an LLC there. Okay. Second thing is create your dream team, right? And also, I just wanted to let you know, like, I'm not really good at making like nice and pretty presentations. I make my presentations very simple so that people focus on what I say and not my presentations. Um, Second thing is, you need to create a dream team. Okay. So one thing about a dream team is, this is a team that's gonna help you start your business, gonna get you from, um, it's gonna help you do everything, right? The most important person in your dream team is general contractor. Second is investor friendly realtor. Third is bookkeeper and a CPA. Because what happens is that when you're actually doing business, there are things that you don't know, right? So if you're going to make a lot of money in the business, you need to have a good bookkeeper and CPA who can help you file your taxes and help you stay organized. So for an example, you're running all over the place. We bought a whole bunch of homes, you sold a bunch of homes, and yeah, and you don't have proper accounts, but you don't have proper books, you don't have proper receipts, you don't have how much you paid in expenses. By the end of the year, when you have to file taxes and pay the money to the government, to the IRS, I mean, you need to have everything organized so that you know exactly how much are your expenses, so that you can report to the IRS. If you don't have all those things and you just randomly just make up stuff and um, file your taxes and then you get audited, then you'll be in problem, right? So having a bookkeeper and CPA, they actually keep all your receipts, help you stay organized and everything. Second thing is fourth thing is wholesalers. Wholesalers, these are like guys who are not licensed agents. Sometimes they're licensed agents, but most of them, 90% are not licensed. What they do is they find deals for you, um, and they usually take commission, like they usually get a fee, because they're not allowed to get commission. Commission are only being taken by the licensed real estate agents. These are independent people who actually find deals, and they take sometimes anywhere between $5 to $50,000 per deal. For an example, if there's a deal you're going to make like $500,000 in profit, I mean they're going to take $50,000 as a fee. And then there are private money lenders, who these are the people who actually lend you money to do your deals. Okay, so let me talk about the general contractor. Okay. Okay, general contractor. Okay, general contractor is somebody who's going to take your entire project and help you get to where you need to be, right? So when you're actually going to work with the general contractor, you have to make sure is the general contractor have experience in working on projects that are in your area, right? So for an example, if you bought a home in Bellevue, the general contractor have only worked on projects that are, let's say, in Tacoma, right? So then you're not going to be able to. They're going to actually build a home based on their experience because they built all the homes in Tacoma. They have never built a home in Bellevue or Redmond or Eastside, right? So you need to make sure that the general contractor have experience in constructing homes in the area you are, you know, they're experienced in. They should be reasonable. Some general contractors are reasonable. Some charge like, astronomous. So you have to make sure they're reasonable. Second thing is they should have good reputation in the community. People should know them, because the people who have good reputation will charge you reasonable and they will not cheat you. Because most of the general contractors will take your money and run away, or they will take your money and then they will lie to you and do all those things. They should be creative. Like for an example, if there is an issue, they should not say, "Oh my God, there is an issue here. I cannot break this wall. Like we just have to make like a small tiny bathroom here, or I cannot open up a kitchen because there's plumbing here. I'm stuck." They should be creative. They should be able to solve their problems. I mean, because um, if you are working in technology or you're a doctor, you cannot say, "Oh my God, like this person is having some sort of problem. I'm stuck. I'm not." They should be able to solve the problems. I mean, you're paying anybody to solve the problems, right? If you're working in tech, you cannot fix the code, and you tell your manager, "Oh my God, this is like I'm stuck. I cannot fix this code." Then you will be kicked out of your job, right? So that's how you have to be. People should be helping you solve problems, and that's how they actually get paid, right? The small problems they solve, the smaller commission they get. The bigger problems they solve, the bigger money they get paid. Doctors save lives. They actually, um, you know, get paid a lot. That's how it is. So they should be able to solve their own problem. They should be transparent. They shouldn't say, "Well, you know what? Right now, I can say this project is going to cost $30,000, and then I'm going to tell you later on like how it goes." Basically, that means like they're going to say 30,000, then later charge you $50,000, right? They should be transparent. They should tell you exactly how much it's going to charge, exactly what they should be doing. There's a sheet that everything they put together about what they're going to do. For an example, they're going to change the cabinet, they're going to change the mirror, they're going to paint this, they're going to put this light, they're going to change the sliding door, everything. They should be very, very transparent. And also, they should be able to give you free codes. They shouldn't charge you, "Oh, I'm going to charge you $1,000 to come and inspect this property and give you the codes." The way general contractors work is, it's a business. They're not employees, so they come in, they spend 1 hour, 2 hour, they don't get paid for it. Their job is to go to different places and give codes to people like, "Okay, this project is going to cost you 30,000, this project is going to cost you $100,000." And then they give almost like 10 codes, then they get 1 to 2 projects. It's a numbers game. That's what their job is. So if a general contractor is telling you that he's going to charge you for the code, then you shouldn't be hiring. Shorter timeline. If a general contractor is going to take 6 months to complete your project, and your friend is have a general contractor and he's actually completing his projects for like in 3 months, then he's going to be able to flip 2 homes in 6 months, and you'll be just stuck with one home. Not only that, you'll be paying your taxes for those extra 3 months. You'll be paying electricity bill, you'll be paying the water bill. You'll also be dealing with the fluctuating market. The market can change in 6 months. The market can actually crash in 6 months. 6 months is too risky to actually get your project done. So I know some contractors that my friends use in different states. They actually can flip a home in like a month. They get 10, 15 guys into the home, and one guy is changing tiles, one guy is changing carpet, one guy is fixing the bathroom, one guy is doing the kitchen, and they get the project done in like 1 month. It's just crazy. I mean, if the and, someone like those guys, they can actually flip like 6 homes in 6 months. And I used to use contractors that are very slow, and they'll probably take like 4 to 6 months to complete the project. Second thing is, you make sure you have an attorney. The attorney should be an investor friendly attorney. The attorney should be able to draft contracts for the contractors. Because for an example, you actually are not you don't have an attorney creating paperwork to sign the contract with the contractor, then the contractor can actually use his own paperwork and try to cheat you, right? If attorney is creating a contract and your attorney's client, attorney will protect you from actually getting into big problems. For an example, if the contractor doesn't complete the project in 3 months, then you actually charge the contractor $100 to $300 per day, which is like for the delay payment. Second thing, you don't pay the contractor in full in the beginning, because if you do pay the contractor in full in the beginning, the contractor will not be motivated to complete the project. You pay 25% in the beginning, or you don't pay a lot in the beginning. First, you tell them, okay, if you update the kitchen and the bathroom, you get paid 25,000. Let's say the project is $100,000. If you update the kitchen and the bathroom, two bathrooms, then you get 25,000. You update the living area and all the other things, you get paid 25,000. When you complete the entire project, you get the $50,000. So then the contractor is now motivated to actually complete the project on time so that he can get his $50,000. But however, if he does his if you give all the money in the beginning and then there is nothing, no money to be given at the end of the project, then he's not going to be motivated to actually complete the project. So you have to make sure you write all those things, and you have to make sure you put a list of things that he's going to do. Example, if a if you're going to put in the description, update the kitchen, it should say what they're going to update. Okay, he can just change the countertop and just paint the cabinets and tell them like, well, the kitchen is good now. We talked about updating the kitchen, we never talked about changing cabinets and putting new cabinet handles, or putting new microwave, or putting new tiles. You have to be very specific and write everything in detail about all the things he's going to do. So that is something is very important. I learned this lesson the hard way. You have to also find an investor friendly realtor. Investor friendly realtor is someone who understands real estate investment. Real estate investment is very different than regular people who buy and sell homes. Most of the regular people don't really care about like getting a good deal. They just make sure, oh, the family likes the home, they like the home. Then they're all are like, okay, great. The investor should be a fast communicator. So, for an example, if you send him a text message or call him, if he misses a call, he should be able to return that call in anywhere between 1 to 2 hours. At least they should return a call in 3 to 5 hours of the same day. You call the realtor, he's returning your calls the next day, the 2 days after, the later, or is not returning your phone calls. You should be talking to him because he doesn't think that you're actually a good person, that you're actually a good investor. Okay. Also, second thing is you should actually know who you are and know your business before you talk to the realtor. If you talk to the realtor and tell him like, "Hey, I'm just new, thinking about starting this thing called flipping, and I heard like you work with investors. Can you help me out too?" And he's gonna be like, "Man, like this guy is really new and he's not gonna buy a home. I don't think he have money. I'm not gonna, really work with him because I'm wasting my time." So you have to really make sure you feel confident when you're talking to the realtor. You tell them like, "Hey, I have cash. I'm buying this multifamily properties or buying single family homes in so and so area. This is my criteria in so and so zip codes I'm buying." You have to be specific. The home should be at least 2,000 square feet. It should have 3 bed, 2 bath. It should have a big yard, or it should have so and so thing. It should be in this school neighborhood, and I'm willing to buy it in this range. 500,000 to $700,000, and I'm actually willing to pay about $100,000 in rehab. And also you can actually go to YouTube and try to learn as much as you can before you start talking to the realtors. Because if you talk to the realtors and they think that you're wasting your time, so they're not going to be able to talk to you or work with you, because you have to feel confident, right? Second thing is, for an example, you're a manager of a company and somebody comes to you, "Hey, like I'm trying to get into this C sharp thing, bro. Like I heard like it's booming around nowadays. Do you think it's pretty good? Can you get me a job, bro?" And they're gonna be like, "Man, come on, like you're not professional, right? The way you're talking seems to be like you don't know anything." You have to sound motivated. Let's say you're trying to get an internship. You should say, "Hey, you know what? I'm actually learning about C sharp. I even started writing some coding and I'm doing this, I'm doing that. I like to get internship at your company. I'm really motivated. I'm fast learner. I can get things done really fast." That makes them think like, wow, this guy seems to be motivated. I'm going to actually hire him, right? So when you're actually talking to realtors or anybody, you have to make sure that you are serious. If you're thinking, well, I'm thinking to start this thing in next like 6 months or 1 year, just bring me some good deals, then they're not going to help you. Also, the realtor should be proactive and motivated. I mean, they should like what they're doing. If they're just trying to do something for money, then you should probably not hire them. They should also be experienced working with investors, because if you're the first investor that they're going to work with, then they're probably not going to have experience. You should be able to have, they should be able to have resources to find you deals. Like they should be able to have like proper systems in place. They should have like good teams in place, because if they don't have proper systems, tools, teams, and they're not really motivated or hardworking, they're not going to be able to find you deals. So you actually depend on them, then it's hard to get deals. And also you have to have a team like 3 to 4 realtors. If you're going to just work or depend on one realtor, then you're not going to be able to find a whole lot of deals. um, Second thing is private money lenders. Okay, these are people who are going to give you money to buy your deals. I really don't like banks, honestly speaking, and I don't like to pay interest to the banks, right? So the best way is to go to your relatives, right? If your brother is like a lawyer and he have saved up like $300,000 in his bank, um, you should probably like go and talk to him and show your business. And before you show your business, you have to learn about your business, right? Um, if you're gonna say, "Well, I'm thinking to start this flipping thing, give me $300,000, I'll double your money," then he's gonna be like, "Man, like I don't know, I don't think you know what you're doing, and you're doubling this money. This doesn't work." Right? You should be able to first go to them and tell them why they should invest in your business, right? Well, somebody wanted to buy a Dogecoin with like $300,000 or put money in like some Bitcoin or like stocks. Why should they invest in your business? You got to show them like why stocks and Bitcoin and all those things are not good. They're volatile assets. You can lose all your money or you can be a millionaire overnight. Instead, they should invest in your business, because real estate is a real thing. You can hold a real estate, you can go into the home, you can touch the wall, you can look at the home and feel good about it. You can drive by the home, tell them, I see, I hold this, I own this, right? But the crypto or the stocks, you can't really hold in your hand and see, hey, I own these much stocks. Or it can, all the stocks can disappear overnight. The home is not going to disappear, it's going to stay there. um so and also they should show that real estate is a real business, is a real thing, is a real home that you're buying with their money. And also they should have liquid cash, right? They should have good relationship with you. If you're just going to a random lawyer and doctor who doesn't know you and tell him like, hey, give me $200,000, I like to invest in my business, then he's not going to be able to trust you that much. If your friend knows a doctor or a lawyer or a technology manager or a director or a VP or somebody who is making a lot of money, then they should introduce you to them, and you should be able to go to them or prepare a presentation. You should also attend real estate investing associations as well. Go to meetup.com and then type real estate investing association, like for an example, um, meetup real estate investing association, Bellevue, Washington, or let's say like Seattle, Washington, right? Type something like this, then you'll find a group. You can create an account and you can subscribe your groups and you can join the group. And then you can go, all these groups have like meetings. You can go like 365 realtors, real estate investors, so private money lenders, different type of lenders will actually come here. Apartment and commercial real estate investment, you can go here. Puget Sound real estate investing for newbies, someone who is new who want to learn. But just make sure that you don't pay like membership fee or anything like that to learn. Or just if you're gonna pay like $20-30 just entrance fee, that's fine, because they rent a place to um, you know hold a meeting. So that's fine, it's not a problem. And also there are websites like Seattle REIA, um, real estate networking group. So you can go to these groups and meet people and find all these private lenders, real estate agents, wholesalers. Everybody comes there, and you tell them, hey, can you introduce me to a private lender? Or you can talk to them, see. But most of the people are not going to introduce you to the private lenders, because then if that private lender gives you the money, then they're not going to give the money to the other guys, right? who they're introducing. So it's always better to find your own private lenders. Make sure they understand your business very well. So you have to do a presentation kind of like what I'm doing. It doesn't have to be very complex or nice and pretty. It can be just simple. So you have to make sure they understand your business and how it works. Make sure you learn the business before you talk to them. Prepare a good presentation about your deal. So I have another presentation called like everything about construction on my YouTube channel. So you can definitely go there and learn about it for sure. There are different type of rehabs. A soft flip, which is done in 1 to 2 weeks. I have gone into more details in that other presentation that's called like everything but construction. I also have some people who are joining a little late and don't have to worry about it because I'm going to upload this presentation on YouTube and send a link for it. So, soft flip is a low budget rehab. You actually get a property, you just do carpet paint and then you sell it. And then there are major construction as well, where you actually buy a property. If you see this kitchen, they completely broke this kitchen and open up the kitchen, right? This is just the kitchen is a big project altogether. I mean, probably gonna take like 2 weeks, almost like it could cost like $20,000-$30,000 just to like upgrade a nice kitchen. Depending on the area, some areas are cheaper, where contractors are cheaper, homes are cheaper. Then you're talking about like new flooring, new roof, new architecture plan, new appliances, adding, removing bedrooms, opening kitchen, addition of bathroom. This can cost you anywhere between like 60 to $100,000 in a good area. And there's also like a tear down and new builds. A lot of people think like, oh my God, tear down and new builds is like crazy. It's like the most difficult thing anybody can do. Tear down and new build is actually easier than making changes to an existing home, because existing home making changes is difficult because there is like high load bearing beams. You cannot cut certain beams. You cannot open up certain kitchens because the kitchen wall to which the wall that is dividing the kitchen and the living room have like plumbing and electricity in it. And so tearing down is actually easier and constructing a new home is easier, because when you're constructing a new home, you actually get a person who does a frame, then you get a person who does the windows, and you get a person who does the plumbing, then you get a person who does the electrical, and you get the person who does the flooring and the person who does the roof. Then your home is ready. Just get the paint, or you just give it to a contractor, he will do everything, right? um, and also, when you're actually owning a home, make sure you actually put cameras in your home which have motion sensor detectors when you're actually doing the rehab. Probably is going to cost you like a couple $100. But when you actually have the cameras which actually detect motion, you're going to know when the contractor came, because my friends were having this problem, who are real estate investors, and the contractor would come evening like 7 p.m., and he would tell them that he was there like since 7 a.m. in the morning, and he's trying to get this work done, and he's stuck with so and so problem that is facing in the home. So they would look at the camera and they will get a notification the guy came at 7 p.m., and the contractor is stuck, like he can't say anything. So the contractor have to be on schedule. He cannot play games. Sometimes the contractor come, or the contractor have workers who come and they do a little bit work and they go to sleep, and you're thinking like, oh my God, this is probably a tough project, that's why it's taking so long, but the contractor is sleeping in your home. So you have to make sure you put cameras there. And then also, when there is a construction going on in a home, you're spending like tens and thousands of dollars in construction material and appliances, lights. Some of the homes which are like over a million, 200, $2 million, you're probably buying like 20,000 worth of lights that you're going to put in the home, and those lights get stolen by the people. So when you actually have cameras outside and inside of the property, you can actually capture the license plate. You can actually get motion sensor detectors. You'll get a notification the guy entered your home. You can call the cops right away to get them. And then once that project is done, you can take out the camera set and put it in another project that you're going to buy, right? So it's also very important that um, you know eh, that you actually get camera set every time you're buying a home. You're going to do flipping. And second thing is, um, I also have a page, Facebook page that, and we don't post any spam there. We're just posting all just knowledge sharing stuff. And then I also have a YouTube page as well, where we're buying and selling. It's called Buying and Selling with Abdurrahman. It has all the different presentations I did, different videos and all that, knowledge sharing. And then let me just open my email. I'm going to stop sharing for a little bit and log into my email here, and then share the market analysis report. So I'm basically going to compare the May 2020 to May 2021, so that you can see like what's going on in the market as compared to the property prices that are fluctuating, right? What is going on compared to last year? The property value is going up, all the numbers. So these numbers are not like made up numbers that I actually put together. These numbers are from King County, um, Northwest MLS. So MLS is actually a tool that we use. Real estate agents have access to it. Licensed real estate agents have access to it. And what this does is these tools actually give you this. All the properties go through an MLS. So MLS captures all the metrics here. So, second. Okay. So let's actually compare the last year. Okay, May is not done yet, so they didn't pull out the main report. So this is April 2020. This is April 2021. Let me see if I can. Okay. Okay. So it's not expanding. Okay. So the new listings, the new property that came on the market as compared to 2020 in April, as compared to April 2021, there are more properties selling now on the market. 3,500 new listings, right? So not that many people were selling last year. Pending sales, the number of properties that are pending right now where the seller have accepted offer is 2,900. So there are not that many homes that are actually not pending. You know, only 500 properties probably out there. The closed sales significantly high, days on the market. Wow, this is very interesting. So when the property comes on the market, like I think a couple years ago, it was at least like 30 days. You know, it would stay in the market for 30 days. And the moment the property comes to the market, average time has been 15 days. Sometimes the property selling in 3 days, 4 days, 5 days. And now the average time is 11 days. So for an example, if the property comes back on the market, I mean, they have high chances that it's like selling in 11 days. It's just crazy. And median sales price, 715,000. And now it's like 830,000. So average person who decided not to buy a home in 2020 because they thought the COVID-19 is going to hit the market and the market is going to crash, um, those home prices increased by like $100,000. It's crazy. Average sales price $831,000. Now it's like $1 million. People are actually paying $100,000 over asking price for properties. Percentage of list price received. If you see, if a list price is like $1 million, they're getting 102% over it. So you multiply $1 million 102%. Now it's like 110%. So if it's like $1 million, they are paying $100,000 extra. It's like $1.1 million. So like average sales price like 110% close to 109.4. And inventory of the homes are very low. So it's crazy. It's if you see the number of listings, 2,000 listings, new listings, inventory, the amount of inventory is out there for sale was 2,700. Now, if you see the 3,500 new listings came and the inventory is less. Less homes are on the market for now buyers to buy. Because last time it was 1.3 months supply. What that means is if somebody decided to not, if let's say all the people in the King County decided today that they're not going to sell the home, then all the homes that are on the market will be sold in 1.3 months and there will be no other home for sale. Now it's like 0.6 months. That's like not even a month, almost like, I don't know, like 15, 16 days. If everybody decided, okay, we're not going to sell the home, all the homes will be sold in like 16 days. It's like insane. A good market, a decent balanced market is like 3 months of inventory. So, that's how it is. So many changes going on in residential. This is condo, right? If anybody's requesting this report, they can email me, and you're also feel free to take the screenshots of this report by your phone or by your laptop. You can snip the screenshot as well. Second thing is, let's look at the condo listings, right? Similar numbers. New listing 521. Inventory, month supply is reducing. Even condo is not that competitive as compared to the single family homes, but condos are also competitive because, like last time, if you see the medium home price or $430,000, now it's like $465,000. Average price were 508,000. It's actually increased to like $560,000. I mean, some of the buyers who actually bought the properties last year, in 2020 or earlier this year, actually probably their property values increased by like 10%. So if they're actually selling a $500,000 home, they're gonna pocket like $50,000 at least in condos. And then the people who actually bought a single family homes, they're gonna actually pocket about $100,000, right? I mean, it takes like almost like 5 years at least for somebody working in technology and IT to save $100,000 cash in order to be able to invest in something. But people who bought homes, I mean, without doing anything, almost like have $100,000 equity in their homes. For an example, if they sell their home, decide to move to another state, they're going to be able to have like 50 to $100,000. So that's the thing about real estate. But let's say you're seeing this median sales price, the 12-month calculation and everything. So this is a report. Second thing is, I think I need to probably share the actual presentation now. Second, let me share everything here. Um, so now I think my presentation is done. So if you have any questions, feel free to let me know. If you're shy to ask questions, then you can also put the question in the chat as well. And then, but if you're not able to ask questions at this time and you can't find any questions that you should ask, you can also text me on WhatsApp me as well on my number that's over here, 425-243-7860. I also have WhatsApp there. Let me check chat if there are anybody here who have questions. So wait for like a minute. I will wait for about 30 seconds. If there are no questions, and I'll end the chat. Okay. Okay, it looks like there are no questions. So I'm gonna.
Can I ask one question, please?
For sure, you can.
So yeah, so what I have heard that because of the moratorium on evictions and stuff by the government, some people have said that perhaps the prices are higher, but once that moratorium ends, then it is likely that properties might come on the market, and there may be foreclosures also start to happen, and that could drive the property price down maybe 4-6 months down the road. What are your opinions about that?
Yeah, the thing is, that's possible, but I really don't know if it's gonna happen. And also depends on the area as well. So let's say Tacoma, Kent, some of these areas where people are, average, you know, um, the average income neighborhoods, medium income neighborhoods, probably get more affected by these type of things. But if you see a lot of people in Bellevue, Redmond, in these areas, they're actually having like strong financials. And these areas, the east side is not going to get affected that much. I mean, it might get affected by a small percentage, but you're not going to find $1 million home for like $600,000. I mean, $1 million home, you might be able to buy it for like 950 if the inventory increased a lot. Right now, if there are 100 buyers, there are like one home out there. Everybody, 100 buyers are looking at it, trying to buy it or trying to look at it. You know, if you go to Redfin, you'll be able to see like the amount of people actually looking at that home. You will see the views and everything. So the east side is gonna stay strong, according to what I think. I might be wrong because I'm not a, I can't really predict about the future. But if something like that happens, the areas that are far, really, really far, which doesn't have good school districts, might get affected.
Okay. Thank you.
Sure, no problem. Any other questions? Looks like there are no other questions. So actually, go ahead and stop the recording. And any, okay, looks like somebody posted in the chat. Second. Okay, thank you. Okay, great. So stop the share and I'll stop the live stream, Facebook, stop the recording. And anytime any questions, feel free to message me as well. And we'll talk. Thank you.